Welcome, everyone. This is the DRU podcast. I believe it's number 4. It is June the what?
Well,
It's the 12th of 2020. And I just turned that because it's 12:34 a.m.
I guess.
So it's me, Evan, here with Braydan.
Hello.
We are in an undisclosed location, but we are currently in a tent. There's a cockroach in here.
It's not a cockroach. It's a fucking flying roach. How
Anyway,
the fuck did this thing get in here?
uh, there's I don't know.
Ew! I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Open up. Open up the safe. Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Kobe.
it's not even. It's still fucking on me.
Kobe.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
All right.
It's so annoying.
Anyway, sorry for that interruption. There was just a little bug in here. But
Retard.
other than that, we haven't really had many problems with bugs, fortunately.
I mean, my back keeps itching for no reason.
Oh, that's because you're dumb.
Thanks, man.
Well, like I said, we're in an undisclosed location. We are in a different state than we normally are and that we reside in. We came to see Harley because he is in this state. But we thought it'd be a nice trip anyway. Last year, if you've listened to the podcast before, you know me and Harley went on a trip to a different state. It's just bugs, dude.
Dude,
They're fine.
I hate bugs, bro. I mean, I know it's just bugs, but like, they're like torturing us.
We'll be alright. Anyway, yeah. So I figured like an annual summer out of state trip. But this time we're going to see Harley instead of going to see other people, other friends. But we're just vibing in this tent. We've what have we done today, Brayden?
Well, we traveled a far distance.
Yeah,
Is that an owl?
it's a wolf.
That's not a fucking wolf. It would have been louder.
Anyway, so we left actually pretty late because we got up. We didn't leave till about like 1 almost
No, it was like 12.
12, something like that.
Like 12:05.
We had a lot of the stuff packed last night, but then the others, like the cold stuff, I didn't pack the cooler till this morning. And we left at about 12, and we went to this other state. I drove in my car. It was a nice trip.
Nothing terrible happened. Knock on wood.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, the gas in this neighboring state is so much cheaper. So I definitely waited till I got here to fill up my tank, and I'm definitely gonna fill it up before I leave. But it's a substantial amount freer in this state. You can go to restaurants. You can, I imagine, you can get haircuts. I mean, you can go to all the gyms. In my state, there's a gym that I can go to, but I don't think you can go to most of them. Uh, I think the schools and the sports and everything are still going, which is not the case in my state.
There was that one thing going on, but I don't know.
The fuck you talking about, dude?
The softballs or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. Yesterday, Brayden and I were having fun after working out and all that. We played some basketball. We seemed to be surprisingly good. Would you say? Would you say
Yeah.
that?
Really, really good, I guess. Destroying motherfuckers.
I guess that's one way to put
They
it.
got clapped. They got their booty cheeks smacked. You know what they got? They got raped by the big
shit.
dick and the big butthole.
I think Brayden is not coherent at this time of night. I do honestly believe that once it turns midnight, anything that comes out of Brayden's mouth is just it's just not to be taken seriously. So it's all good.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I'm cold at black. No, I'm not.
Case in point.
I'm just playing. I don't want to be good
I'm
at
caught
black.
up.
I want to be. Well, I don't want to say it because he's already dead. Oh, poor guy. I love
What?
him. Juice World, man. Fucking. I want to be Juice World, even though he's dead. Your computer turned off, dude.
It's all good.
Is it really good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and make this a little less fucking ridiculous. I am a little bit tired too, so I'm not as like sharp as I usually am in these
Really?
podcasts. I usually am all like ready and awake, maybe even a little bit of caffeine when I take one, because I'd try and make like particularly the last one. If you click on the playlist for on YouTube for the podcast for DRU, you will notice a podcast number 3.5, and that's one I made with Adam, and it was a really good podcast, except you could only hear my voice and not his, and it was like 2.5 hours. So I put it up just because at least half of it was good, so you could go see that. But yeah, that one I was definitely ready for. I was all set up. It was a really good podcast, and it came out in the quality of the product. This, I just figured we'd do something while we're chilling here. I got my laptop charging, got my phone charging, my car's out there, just a tent. Cost me $30 to reserve his fucking camp spot, dude. Jesus, man.
I don't even know. I'm not gonna judge it anymore.
He was judging it earlier. He doesn't want to judge it anymore.
I mean, it was terrible. I'm just saying, man.
He was disappointed. He thought it was gonna be like a fucking like a mansion cabin in like a mountain.
No, I thought it was just gonna be like a place where it was grass, where you could put a tent down on over the grass. Okay?
So instead of that, we got a little
Slab
gravel,
of concrete.
a gravel place we could drive our car in, a thing to plug stuff in, which is nice, and a slab of concrete upon which there is a picnic table that we had to slide over, and like a fucking grill type thing.
You could steal the picnic table. Like you could legitimately just steal it. It's kind of funny. Yeah, and there's a grill.
But it's nice. We slid the picnic table over and we fit. We have a pretty big tent for two people. It's supposed to house like six if we needed to, but we don't have time for that. I don't know if I told you, audience, the time me and Harley tried camping. It was way less legitimate than this. It was in the woods by his house. It wasn't exactly a place where you were supposed to camp, but we did it. It was winter. There's snow on the ground. It was probably 30 degrees out.
It's terrible.
It was not bad. I really enjoyed it. But we went out there with like a sleeping bag, a tiny tent, and we basically just dug like cleared out this little spot in the woods. But we didn't even know how to put the tent up, so we were just in the tent and it wasn't even up, and it was really bad. I probably got maybe an hour of sleep, but it was fun. We had a we cooked like turkey and eggs on a skillet, and it was I don't know why Brayden just recorded me.
It's something special. I'll tell you later.
Is it for porn?
Alright.
Porno?
Yes, dude. That's why I brought that lotion bottle. So whenever we get done and you're asleep, and I get into your car and just fucking jack off to you, and like I smell your car and I'm just thinking, sweaty basketball Evan.
You got problems, definitely. I think if you were to stay up like 2 nights in a row, you would have to be like,
I'll probably start eating people.
and then you'd have to be put into a fucking mental asylum. Like you'd be institutionalized by Friday, by fucking Saturday. I mean,
Dude, I can see his wing like stuck in there.
no, that's the zipper.
Oh, okay.
What else did we do today? We got here to this state. Harley told us just come to, and then he just said this town. So I thought that was a little not specific, but it was all right. We just drove in, pulled into a gas station, and then he told us to go to Taco Bell. We went to Taco Bell, went to Walmart, and then we went to here. So the campground we're staying at is where we were hanging out most of the day because it also has a lake with a beach that's pretty nice.
Dude, it's like someone's taking one of those plastic foam fans and it's fucking rubbing it to the side of the fucking
Yeah.
to the side of the fucking tent like 20 times in different places.
Yeah, these bugs are fucking laying siege to us. It's like Waco.
You fucking hit back. You hit back at me.
It's like Waco, isn't it, Brayden?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Um,
They're just like shooting at us.
I bet when we turn the light off,
Yeah, they'll probably disappear.
they'll quit fucking with us. They're like, "Let us in. Is there light? Give me light."
Why do they want in here when the lights are like on the outside?
They don't understand. I don't know why they like light so much.
Cause it's like daytime.
What is that bitch?
The white one.
The fucking thing on the window.
What do you
Look at it.
mean?
Look at it, bitch. It's walking. Ah, you dumb fucking son of a bitch right
I
there.
see right there. I'm gonna get the light out and look at the blood.
Look at him. What the fuck is that?
He's our lovely basic beetle. He's fine. He's not gonna do nothing annoying.
Basic beetle bitches. Sick of them. Always making TikToks and shit.
Retards.
Um.
Yeah. I was about to call some names out.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So, I don't know, dude. It's a good time. The weather is really nice.
Yeah, it's like the perfect day.
It was very perfect. I don't know if we could have picked better weather.
And it wasn't too hot on the way here. It wasn't too hot at all.
It was probably like 83 on the way here, and the windows were down, and so it was perfect. I mean, my back got sweaty, but that gets sweaty all the time.
Yeah, I always does.
It was completely sunny. There's no clouds. I mean, there were clouds in the sky, but they were
like very small
small and fleeting.
and kind of far. I'm pretty sure they were higher ones.
And it was fucking beautiful, dude. It was like a beautiful drive on the way here. We saw some beautiful houses, properties, places I literally just want to live.
If we had a thing to set up where we could like record a Zoom video, I can't think of what it's called. Like a in-time video where it like speeds things up really fast.
Time lapse.
A time lapse. I would have did that, but I don't have a thing to set it up with.
Oh man, that sucks. Anyway, as I was saying, it was a good drive. Beautiful weather. Actually, my left arm.
Got a little red.
I don't even know about that. It was hanging out the window, and it's maybe a 2.5 hour drive or whatever. And it's significantly tanner than my right arm now. So I think Brayden's gonna drive us home, so I can even that out.
Mine didn't get tan at all.
But he's gonna go 140 the whole way, so it won't even take that. It won't even be that much time, so it won't get very tan.
We'll get there twice as fast as it took for us to get here.
Well, I didn't want to pass old boomers on their ridiculous looking fucking motorcycles. That's a wolf.
That's not a wolf. It's a owl. That's an owl, 100%.
Alright.
Low-key, I thought I just saw a bat just land on our tent, but I think it would be too big. Sure looks like one though. That's kind of weird.
I don't know. Anyway, I did want to mention something about boomers that like put all their retirement money towards a ridiculous looking tricycle like bike, and they don't even go fast with it. Imagine working for like 40 or 50 years just to retire, and your freaking boomer wife is like, I don't know, the only thing she lets you do is buy a fucking like motorcycle, and you pick a ridiculous one because it looks cool, because you think kids will think it's cool, and it's like a trike. And I won't even judge you if you do that. So I mean, I don't even that like maybe your motivations are different than just thinking it looks cool. Maybe that you actually think it's cool. But like, if you got a cool ass thing like that, even if it is, I mean, I'm not saying it's cool, but if this is cool, if you got a cool ass thing like that, at least go a little bit fast. I mean, like, that's like, I don't know. Do you see people in like Lamborghinis going 55 in a 55?
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't.
Especially if it's in the middle of nowhere. And I couldn't really pass him because the road was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying.
Brayden probably would have.
I would have.
In his car, at least.
Yeah, I don't really care about the line. If I could pass, I'm passing. I'm sorry.
If I have to go through them, I'll do that too.
They're motorcycles.
It's so easy in GTA. I don't know how much longer we're gonna do this. I don't have much else to say. Oh, we went to so we got down to this beach, right? It's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, we were swimming a bit, playing catch a little bit. That was nice. Then I got hungry as shit, so we looked around for Chinese places. Went to one. It looked like, I don't know, you had to like order, so I just didn't feel like it, cause it was like this old hole in the wall, fucking, I don't know, very
Yeah,
small business. They didn't even look like they were in
I kind of
business.
forgot about that one. If I'm being
We
honest.
actually went up to the door and like looked. It was weird, cause in the state, you like you can go in and dine in. It's like legal now or whatever. But it didn't look like it was there. They just had the menu on the door and it said takeout only. But we stood there and I was thinking like maybe an employee would come up and be like, "What do you want to eat today?"
Come on in.
And no one came in, so that makes me think either they're not in business or they don't care enough to get my money. So I just left. We went to this other place, and it was better. But or actually, we went to Hy-Vee first because normally Hy-Vees have Chinese
Oh
food.
yeah, we did want to have you.
This Hy-Vee did not have Chinese food. Pissed me off. Made me want to vomit.
I must note the high V made me uncomfortable. I don't know why, but
It was
it did.
not a very
It made me
good
feel
Hy-Vee.
like it wasn't a. Made me feel like a super old county market.
Yeah, it's like like a '90s Hy-Vee
Yeah,
probably.
I don't know. It wasn't as
It's
good
not as
as the
good
high
as
V in other places.
yeah. It's not the best. It's not the normally Hy-Vees.
Then again, it's probably not as new like we said already.
Yeah, I don't know. It was I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, they didn't have Chinese food. We went to a different place in town. So I assumed like I guess I didn't do my due diligence, but I just didn't fucking care. It pissed me off. Like I assumed these Chinese restaurants weren't doing the fucking go in, dine in buffet shit. So this one said you could like and plus when I looked it up on Google, it said it doesn't have dine in, but it does have takeout. Like X on the dine in, but check on the takeout. So I just went to their website and ordered it. Now I was really hungry. I ordered myself 2 orders of Kung Pao chicken, and Brayden got some beef and broccoli.
Yummy.
And it was like $30. But we went there to pick it up, and I walk in, and there's a fucking operational buffet, and everyone's having a blast.
Everyone who's having a blast.
And the buffet is like $8 for a person, like maybe $9. So me and him, we would have spent like 18,
20
yeah, like
What's
less than 20
instead of spending
instead of
30.
30, and we would have ate way more, or we would have been
Way
able
more.
to eat way
Probably
more.
ate more. Probably would have ate more.
And it would have been like anything we want instead of just because I got a bunch of fucking vegetables in my shit that I didn't even eat
Yeah.
because I'm a man.
Would you all just ate the meat?
Mostly, I ate some vegetables and peanuts and shit, but
Peanuts.
like once all the meat's gone, what am I gonna do? Eat a bunch of
Well, eat
low
the
quality
vegetables
carrots and
as you're eating the meat.
all right, I would have done that if I had a fork, but I only got chopsticks because we're cultured.
Yes.
We only eat with chopsticks.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you ready to eat with a chopstick?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
After that, we came back here, went on a little trail. Fun time.
Mhm.
Dark.
Mhm. It's pretty dark.
Ah, unzip that bitch. Brayden's talking about farting in the tent.
No, it went back in.
If it happens again, unzip that window flap, point your asshole out the screen, and let her rip.
No, I ain't gonna fart. I'm
Alright,
not
that's good.
nasty. I'm not a nasty girl. I'm a clean boy.
Because that's the only two options.
You
There are
can
no
be a
clean
nasty
girls,
girl or a clean
and there are
boy.
no nasty boys. There's only clean boys and nasty girls.
That's feminist. And I'm just playing. I'm like against feminism.
I'm looking at Brayden. He's saying ridiculous things, and his face. He's just so innocent right now.
I'm just.
He doesn't know what. He doesn't even know what he's thinking.
I'm just staring at the freaking bugs being retarded.
His IQ, like God bless him. He's such a pure, innocent boy.
I
He
am.
probably has an IQ of 10 at night and like a normal one in the day.
And whenever I'm weightlifting, my IQ goes down a little bit, but that's because I'm getting strong.
Only during chin-ups.
Only during yeah.
I need to update. So I've been there's a certain gym around us that is open, fortunately. So I started going to it, and I started taking Braydan to it. And now, those of you that don't know, I'm real into that shit. I'm real into strength training. I'm actually aspiring starting strength coach someday. A long way to go, but I mean, you got to start somewhere. So I've been teaching him the ways, starting strength.
It sounded like an asshole thing to say. I gotta start somewhere. I gotta deal with this retard.
No,
Fucking dumbass.
it's not what I meant.
I could get the rich people.
I meant like, obviously, I got to start with like my friends and shit, because I'm not gonna charge people if I don't have any experience.
So I get free training.
Free training.
And it's like quality
He's good.
too.
I mean, I'm better than like pretty much anyone else you're gonna find around here, because there's no starting strength coaches around here. And I bet if you're training with me for 2 months, you'll be way better off than if you're training with like
I feel like I've already noticed a
CrossFit for
difference.
2 months.
Noticed a little bit of a difference already.
Yeah, we've been 3 days in the gym.
3? Only 3?
Yeah, you.
Dang, really?
Because you.
You're not wrong. Only 3, but felt like it's been more.
And that's like not even. It's gonna keep going. So we've been doing. For those you don't know, starting strength is basically just barbell training. For a novice, what you do is you squat, bench, and deadlift, or you squat, press, and deadlift. So you do the press and the bench, but you alternate those, at like on A and B days. And then we also do chin-ups because we can, and because they're helpful, and because we like having big biceps, so we can choke people out and flex on the haters and the hoes.
Always flex on the haters and the hoes.
Yeah, in that order.
That's a given.
We haven't been lifting heavy, because I used to be able to lift somewhat heavy, not heavy really, like heavier. And then, when you take 2 months off, whether you like it or not, you're going to lose some strength. And plus, you don't want to go back to like as much as you can the first day, because you're going to be completely destroyed. I was really sore, and I thought I went pretty light my first day back. But yeah, basically, you do the lifts, 3 sets of 5 for the squat, the press, and the bench, and then 1 set of 5 for deadlifts. And you basically, the only thing that changes for a while is the weight. For each lift goes up 5 pounds each time, and you do it 3 days a week. And doing that, you can get very strong very quickly, especially if you haven't done it before. And you don't really have to change the programming until you have to, because you can keep that up. Like if you can keep it up, why not just keep it up? You know what I'm saying? Why fix it if it ain't broken? If you can keep going up 5 pounds, keep going up 5 pounds till you can't. And then eventually, when you can't go up 5 pounds in the deadlift because you're deadlifting every day or every workout, you alternate between deadlifts and power cleans. And I can't wait to get back to power cleans. They're fun. I was doing 170 for 5 sets of 3, which is what you do with power cleans.
Dude.
At the end of the quarantine news.
I think they can hear him. Like, stop talking for a minute. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys definitely probably can hear those bugs. They're just June bugs, but they're gay, and they're messing with us. We're gonna turn this light off definitely when we go to bed.
Dude, we can turn it off now. We have enough light. Well, unless you want to we can turn it off for now and then like turn it back on in a minute.
Yeah, do that. Do it, slave.
Oh, I have to get up. Why would I get up? Oh, I'm a drunk girl.
This is not a video podcast. They can't see what you're
Wait,
doing.
it goes brighter?
Oh damn.
Dude, it gets brighter, dang.
That's cool.
Dude, we should just. That's crazy.
That is nice.
It got super bright for a minute.
That's pretty cool.
Ah. Oh, it's a high quality sound. Even better.
I packed a lot of stuff for this trip. Way too much clothes, but it fits. So I mean, there's no bad side. I mean, fuck. What if we get stranded out here for a week?
I mean, if we got stranded out here for a week, we could do a backflip.
That made a lot of sense. I really love your wisdom here in these trying times.
Thank you, sir. My wisdom is kind of useful. I know I've used it myself.
What's it like not playing Call of Duty for a night?
I mean, for like 20 nights? I haven't played it in a while. It's
It's
terrible.
like 2 nights.
Dude, it's been like 3 nights.
No, it's been 2.
Okay, I got the MP5 Gold literally like 3 days ago. And then I stopped playing. Boom.
Yes, last night you didn't because we were going to
Did you
bed for
know
this.
that it's a new day? So technically,
Okay, we're not
4
counting fucking Friday, okay? We still.
It's not even Friday. Wait, it is Friday. Shit.
Alright, anyway, we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. We've been playing a lot of Call of Duty recently.
Playing a lot of Call of Duty. Like, yeah, I got all kinds of gold guns, and like, oh my god, it's like awesome.
I don't know why he's like that. But
He? Who the hell is he? I'm a transgender.
I don't know if I
woman.
feel safe around Braydan right now.
I'm a transgender.
I feel like if I go to
woman.
bed, I'm gonna wake up and
With a dick in
something's
your
gonna
butthole.
happen. Alright, yeah, I guess you can put it that bluntly.
Yeah, that might happen. I'm sorry.
Anyway, the first gun I got gold in Call of Duty was the MP5.
It's terrible. It's not as good as the other ones.
Shut up.
Freaking Uzi's the best.
It was good. Then I did the MP7 because I got the purple tracer pack, which had the MP7 and the GRA, which coincidentally are probably 2 of the best guns in the game. And the purple tracers are the best, and we got them gold, so it's beautiful. When we go back to Warzone, we're gonna flex on everyone.
Yes, we are.
With the GRA especially.
I might want to get my sniper gold before I go to Warzone.
Maybe. That'll probably be hard. Anyway. So after the MP7, I got the GRA. After that, I got the Uzi, which is really fucking awesome. If you haven't played Uzi in hardcore shipment 24/7, you're missing out. I went sicko mode my first game, and then I got all 75 of my no attachment kills the last time to get the gold, just in one game.
Yeah, no attachment kills is like the easy, like 100% the easiest, like camos you can get.
Yeah, because you only have to do like 75.
And it's like
one game
shipment.
if you're
It's
good.
like you're hacking basically, because you get as many kills as you really need.
Yeah.
If you're not getting at least 30 kills a game, you're not really playing at
Yeah.
all. Literally, I've been AFK one time for a while, and I still got like 60 kills.
60 kills?
Yeah. I mean,
Shut up.
it was a domination.
It's a complete. You can't be AFK and get kills unless you're AFK.
No, I wasn't AFK. I was AFK for like the first half of the game.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't AFK. Guys.
Like,
it's not even possible.
I know.
You can't get any kills when you're AFK. Unless you're just like you put your controller down and it's just firing the whole time, then you keep dying. I think.
That's basically what you have to do sometimes in shipment. If you haven't played hardcore shipment 24/7 on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's ridiculous. Like, you have to like. Sometimes when I spawn in, I'm just holding the trigger, and I've actually got kills that way because of how you spawn.
Dude, the spawns are terrible.
They're so bad.
I guarantee they could fix that with a little bit of programming. Like they could easily fix it, but they just don't give a fuck.
Something like that, but it's whatever. They're too busy worried about Black Lives Matter.
Watched my YouTuber like 2 days ago. He was Merc Music. He was playing it, and he was literally like fucking. He was complaining about the spawns too. He was like, I know they can fix this. They just won't do it. And me too. Like I believe the same thing. They don't fucking care.
I mean, I think it adds to the charm because it's fucking absolute anarchy. It's basically like
I
how many square feet
mean,
do you think?
everybody has their what's it called? Like their where they get kills just from firing, and then someone spawns in right in front of where you're shooting.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, the Uzi's really good in that. After that, I got the Striker Gold, and now I'm working on the Bison. Like when I get back, I'll be finishing that up. This SMGs are all really good for
Yeah,
shipment
they're like
hardcore.
it's probably other than pistols, they're probably the best guns that you could be using.
Or shotguns, but Brayden will never use those
Yeah,
because
I
he.
probably won't ever do those. That's the only reason why I might not get Damascus. Is because I don't want nothing to do with those stupid ass shotguns. I will never stoop that low.
That's
Ridiculous.
what I said about the Oppressor Mark II in GTA, but then I got it because I could afford it.
Yeah, we're all gay sometimes.
Speak for yourself, man. At least not tonight. Don't do nothing
You
ridiculous
better not
tonight.
do nothing either, man. I'm not on that. I'm not on that at
I
all.
don't know, dude. You kind of scaring me sometimes.
Dude, I'd probably sleep fucking masturbate for myself, not fucking sleep masturbate your asshole. I fucking slowly you just fucking feel something crawl up into your ass. It's not me, it's just a bug, but you like yell at me about it.
Whatever. I think so. Like this is where your mind is right now, and that's not. It's concerning to me.
You're the one who brought the fucking shit up, dude.
You were. How did we?
You're
Look.
the one who said something gay, and then I called you gay about it, and then you're like calling me, asking me not to be gay, but I'm
No,
not the one who's
no.
gay.
Listen. So we were talking about. Fuck. I want to run this back. Whoa.
You're gay, dude. It's that simple.
Shut up.
Dude, it's funny because
Fucking-
I can literally
oh no,
rewind the whole
because
conversation in
no,
my head. We were talking
no.
about
Listen.
video games,
Okay,
dude.
listen. I remember
You said
exactly.
oppressor Mark II.
Yeah, and then you said we're all gay sometimes, and I'm like, speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Not tonight. And you're
Yeah,
like,
see?
and then
See?
you're like, no, no, you not tonight. I'm not on that gay shit. And I'm like, I don't know, dude, because this is where your mind was. You're thinking about assholes and bugs and
No. I
masturbating people's
fucking
asses.
no. Dude, what?
What? That's what you.
I don't okay, I might have accidentally said some weird shit, but not all of it was supposed to be weird, okay?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna like turn away from him, or like towards him. So,
See, like all of this fucking this this spot that you got was terrible because there should be wide open. There should not be no trees.
dude,
We
shut
should be
up.
able
There's
to see
no fucking camp spot
we
like
should
that.
be able to see the fucking stars from here, dude.
You entitled cunt. Get a job and buy a better one.
Okay, whore, I
This is
will.
$30.
Fucking hey, man, you some old me con.
And also, you're gonna come down to this, like, check them all out before you buy them.
I will.
We live like 3 hours away.
That's ridiculous, but yes, I will. I'll fuck.
Okay, next time.
I'll like just have my friend. You know, we could have had Harley come here and check this out whenever he comes here all the time.
I didn't know he comes here all the time.
Me neither, but we could have told him about it.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Literally,
guess.
fucking whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. What's up, dude? Whatever, dude. What's up, dude?
Oh man. So if you have the pleasure of if you
If you have a pleasure of having electricity, then I hope you're enjoying this.
if you if you have the need to be entertained by quality conversations like this as well as accompanying gameplay, we have a live stream that is uploaded on DRU Gaming, which you can find on YouTube or on Twitch, but you'll only find the video on YouTube. But Twitch is, I just don't know how the fuck that works.
Oh yeah,
But if you go on YouTube, we have a Minecraft stream that we did.
I heard Twitch is worse than YouTube.
Twitch is weird.
I heard it's worse than YouTube for streaming and shit like that because they'll take your video down and they'll ban your whole account just for no reason sometimes.
Well, yeah, I've heard that shit. I mean, it's whatever. We'll probably get banned sometime, but I don't really care.
But YouTube doesn't care as much as they do.
It's which is weird because YouTube's pretty gay when it comes to that stuff too.
Yeah, but apparently Twitch is worse.
I don't know. I know that I use this cheap ass this weird thing on the browser. I look it up like Aircast or something so I can stream on like I stream on Twitch from my PS4 and then I hook the Twitch stream up to the YouTube. So I'm streaming on both. And I get like no viewers, like one or two viewers on Twitch, and then I get some on YouTube. But the thing is, on YouTube, it will save and be a video, and on Twitch, it won't. At least maybe there's some setting I haven't found, but I've looked at all the settings pretty much, and I haven't found some shit like that. So there's like no videos on our account on Twitch, but we do stream there when we stream. But you can find them on YouTube afterward because they'll be uploaded.
Yeah,
We've been
YouTube's better anyway.
yeah, I hope they I don't know. I wish they weren't so bad.
Bad.
But like with deplatforming people and demonetizing people for
Oh, well, you
being,
just gotta like follow their fucking rules, which
I guess,
did I just
don't be a fucking
I just
conservative.
saw. I'm pretty sure I just saw a shooting star. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, that was UFO.
No, wait. I think I. Oh, I can't. No, it wasn't because
I saw it.
you can't see through the trees.
That's, yeah, it was. That's
You can't see
that's
through the trees. There's like a tree right there. It
no,
must have
that's
just
not
been
a
a
tree.
lightning bug.
You're a lightning bug.
Thanks, brother. You're you're a fruit.
It's not nice.
You're a fucking grape. You're
Dude,
like.
you know they did surgery on a grape?
Did you ever get surgery?
No, I don't think I have. Have you?
You haven't had circumcision?
I I don't want to talk about
Yeah, it counts as a surgery, my friend.
that. Okay, whatever.
Dude, I have a whole post on my story, like from like years ago, where the doctor was like, "Have you ever had any surgeries other than circumcision?" Circumcision, and I was like, "What?" I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is.
I guess maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna tell the audience whether I'm circumcised or not. That's none of their business. They can find out. Come and find out for themselves.
Well, I'm not blatant about it, but clearly I just didn't say or did not say. You have to fucking listen, I guess. My dick has less juice than it could have.
What's the worst injury you've ever had, Brayden?
Um, have you ever bent your dick too hard? That's kind of an injury.
All right, well, he's a fucking not being serious. He's a lot far gone. He's high on
Oh, I just bent my
dopamine.
wrist too. That hurt.
Brayden,
Don't ever do that. That hurts.
is that the worst injury right now?
No, my worst injury. No, that doesn't count as an injury. I don't
What
think
did
I've
you
ever.
just say? I didn't.
I don't even
Didn't
know
make.
what I was thinking.
Alco's has injury.
I don't count as an injury.
Oh, that.
Cause I was thinking about like the times I've been in a hospital, and it's like the worst one wasn't even an injury. It was just me having allergies. Um, I guess my worst injury is my dick bending too hard.
Is that real? For real?
I'm just fucking
Like,
around.
what the fuck, dude? You said that twice. I feel like
You-
maybe you're serious.
no, I'm thinking. I had it in my head, but then I lost it. Oh,
Oh, you
I
had your
like
dick in
was
your head?
playing basketball with a bunch of people, and I'm like always short. Ever since fucking sixth grade, I'm like the shortest motherfucker. And well, everybody jumped, and I jumped high and touched the ball, and then everybody fell on me somehow. Everybody fell on me. So yeah,
And then what happened?
I got my ankle messed up. It was
Oh,
just spraying.
sprang.
So I had to like walk around with crutches and cry while they picked me up because I was so in pain, so in pain. And then I got to sit with the nurse and skip a couple classes. And then I get to get a ride home, and then I get to go to the doctor, and then I get to get crutches that I only use for 2 days.
All right, that's cool. Worst injury I've ever had was
Your
a.
dick bending too hard.
Brayden, shut the hell up. Because yeah, it actually is. No, it was my I dislocated my left knee, and
oh, that sounds terrible.
I'll tell you the story of the first time. It was in a town I used to live in a while ago. So it was 20 fucking what? 15? December 8th, 2015. I think that's right. Because I remember the date. I don't. I mean, it must not have been cold because we were out of this park and we didn't have like it wasn't snow or anything. But we're at this park by this school, and there's just a playground. I don't really remember what we were doing, but I was just messing around, like just I was just waiting to leave. But I guess like I was just like leaning on this like pole that holds up this playground equipment or something. It's not funny.
I remember you telling me about it. It's just ridiculous.
So I guess I had my foot close to it, and I guess I was like kind of like grabbing on it and leaning away and kind of spinning. But my foot got stuck on the other side of it, and I was basically um
Oh, that's so
falling
terrible.
around it, and my leg was stuck in this position where my kneecap decided to just flop out to the left. And I hopped away, and I was like, I knew something was weird,
Oh my god.
but I felt down to my kneecap, and it was just not in the right position. It was so bad.
You couldn't even walk on it?
I didn't try. Fuck that, dude.
Was your leg like moving back and forth, or was you just stiff leg?
My leg was just like it was not stiff, but it was like maybe like that. I couldn't like
Was it not moving at all, or
I
was
wasn't
it?
gonna try and fucking move it. It probably hurt. Whenever I did anything, it just hurt. It just hurt the whole time.
I know you were definitely stretching some ligaments.
I'm glad I didn't get any permanent damage, but I laid there for like a while. Maybe I probably like to be honest, my knee was probably out of position for 45 minutes to an hour because that's how long it took to I mean, it was really ridiculous that it took this whole ordeal because as soon as we got to the hospital, they just basically straightened my leg and like pushed it back in and it didn't hurt and it was done. But it hurt so bad. The worst part was when they were carrying me into the car, picked me up because obviously something was like out of alignment. It was so horrible. Oh man, but it's fine. And then at that day I got Panda Express and like I was really into I was a degenerate um cuck and my favorite thing to do was get Panda Express, which it still is, but back then I also was like if someone was going to the store and I was gonna want something, I'd get sour gummy worms and a Dr. Pepper because I thought that was healthy, fucking good and yummy.
that was 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, must have been.
Damn.
I know I was like 13 or 14. I
When
was
I
a skinny
was
bastard, didn't lift. Um,
when I was that age, I don't even know what I was doing. That was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago. That would be when I was just about to be a freshman. That was oh, there's memory. That was the first time I've ever been to the PP. I don't think they know about that. Let's not tell them.
you don't want to tell him?
Oh, I mean, that's up to you, man. That's all up to you. That was the first year I've been to the PP though.
Maybe we'll have an episode where we talk about the PP with like most of the people that are the OGs from it because we're not the only ones that went to the PP.
Yeah, we're not the only ones.
Anyway,
Sorry, I'm just thinking.
but yeah, so basically, I got fuck that always scares me.
Oh look! Oh, you can see the fucking
Yeah.
star.
So we don't have the light on, so my laptop's the only light source right now, and it just like kind of it doesn't turn off, but it just the screen goes dark sometimes. And I have to like move the mouse, and when it does that, it's dark as hell, and you can see everything, including your mom.
Your mom. Nani.
But yeah, all I did back then was sit in my fucking bad cheap chair in my room, which had no windows, and I would play like Watch Dogs or GTA or some shit like that
What a gay.
until 6 or 7 in the morning, and I would eat sour gummy worms and drink Dr. Pepper. And because of that, I was pretty unhealthy, probably. I was skinny as hell, weak. There was this like health room in my little apartment that I lived in, and it just had machines and like some really light dumbbells, but I thought I was doing something. I didn't know anything about what I do now. I woulda, I woulda. I don't know. If I had money and I knew what I did, what I do now back then, I'd have been at a gym lifting like legit barbells and shit, getting strong. But I don't know. Everything worked out the way it did. I'm grateful. But anyway, I guess that's just what I did. And then there's another time I dislocated my knee. It was I was just walking in my living room and this recliner has like a square edge on it. And I was really weird, like I guess I was like on the ground and I was getting up and I was like turning to my right and the inside of my left kneecap hit the corner of the chair and it just knocked it out for a second. And I was like, nah, I'm not fucking dealing with this. So I just basically straightened it and pushed it in myself and it didn't hurt and it
Damn.
was done. And I was like on the ground like fuck no, fuck. And then I like did it, put it back in, and now it's fine. And that's the end of that.
I feel like I've been in a place like that before where I'm like, oh no, fuck, and then I like just fucking do something and it just goes right back to normal, and then I'm like, okay, satisfaction.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're just like, okay, I'm not dealing with a problem anymore. I am having not a problem.
Yeah, I feel that way. I'm trying to think of specifics, but I can't think of any,
Yeah, I
but I
can't think of
definitely do.
anything early either, but there's definitely some times where something bad's happened, and like I fix it as soon as like it happens, and I'm like fucking like not having it.
Dude, I don't know why. Fuck, dude. So, when I work out and stuff, I like to I have some pre-workouts. You
Oh, you
might
didn't bring any?
uh no, I don't need them.
Like, uh,
Why?
I don't know. I was just asking, dude.
Anyway, so I mix pre-workouts. Um that's like a that's like a interest of mine. I hesitate to say it's an addiction of mine, but fuck, maybe. I hope it's not. I like caffeine, but like I don't know.
And not drugs. Caffeine's my first favorite.
Caffeine, if there is a drug that I like, it's caffeine. But I try not to take any unless I'm gonna do something where it would help, you know? And even then, I try not to make it seem like, oh, I can't do good at anything unless I have caffeine in me, because that's a fucked up way to live.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, normally before workouts, I have some pre-workout. And by the way, if you're looking for pre-workouts and you want to spend like $50 for a little jug, look up Bucked Up. They have really good flavors, particularly Blood Raz. It's really good, and they have energy drinks. Actually, if you're watching DRU, I've reviewed the a couple of the Bucked Up flavors. So go back to my old vlogs, Evan's quarantine vlogs, which I'm gonna have to start naming those something else
Yeah.
because it's not really quarantine
I mean,
anymore.
like, Nate, like, well, I
Evans,
mean, it's still quarantine technically because we're not allowed to do normal shit.
not in our state, but I think I could basically just say it's over. My life is fine now because all I do is go to the gym, and now that's open,
Make a
and
video
I go to
called,
Walmart.
huh?
What were you saying?
I said you should make a video called "I think the quarantine is over," and then put like knock on wood or something so it doesn't actually turn into like a non-over quarantine.
You think me knocking on wood will stop that?
Yes, because if you jinx it, then you're unjinxing it. And
Uh,
knocking wood on wood will unjinx any jinxes that you've
and to
jinxed.
Brayden, his skull is wood.
Well, technically,
Technically, it is.
technically it is, because it grows and it's hard and it's wood,
All
just
right.
like this dick.
Anyway, this
Ay!
is really out. There's only one reason I brought up the pre-workout stuff, and that is to say, I have this 5 gallon water jug thing, like tower, in my garage where I fill all my water up. Like, you know what I'm talking about. It has a little push down thing where you put it under and then you push the tab down and it fills it up like a tap. So one fucking day, I had my uh, I don't know, what is that? Fucking how big do you think that shaker is. 24 ounces.
Oh yeah, it
I
is
only fill
24
it up to
ounces.
like 10, but it's like a 24-ounce cup, shaker cup. If you ever had like a shaker bottle, that's basically what it is, except this one's a bucked up brand one, but it's the same size and shape. So I put it underneath there. I fill it up to 10 ounces. I have a loose grip on it. So I take it out, it hits the tab, and it fucking falls down on the ground. I'm like, okay, that's fucked up, but it's fine. I fill it up to 10 again, and I do the exact same thing. And I'm like, I literally scream out, like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, I'm confused. It's like, I was so. I don't know how I could have. I was mad at myself that I let that happen twice. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I was confused. I was angry. I was like, I don't even know what I was feeling. It was so dumb.
I felt the exact same way when I locked my keys in my car twice in the same day, in the same hour. Twice. Twice. It's ridiculous. I literally like hijacked my fucking car once and like freaking do some gay shit to get my keys out. And then I go to work and then I lock them in there again with all my other like work clothes and everything. So then I have to wait like 2 hours to actually work when I was supposed to work earlier than that. It was ridiculous. Don't ever lock your keys in your car. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I
And if
wanted
you
to yell at my freaking coworkers. I was like, "It's your fault." Nah.
and yeah. And also, if you're filling up a shaker bottle, hold it tight when you pull it back, when you fucking take it away.
That was funny.
It's like, oh my God, like I don't even know how to describe what happened. Like I was thinking about it too. I was like, man, that was so dumb. And then it falls. I'm like, what the fuck? It was more surprise than anything else. I was like shocked, but it's like muscle memory, I guess. Like that's just normal for me. Because I've done it a lot of times. I don't know why I just decided to be fucking retarded one day.
Huh. Y'all like that yawn in action? I like the yawn.
Anyway, I'm about to have to brush my teeth, dog.
Dog, you want to brush your teeth, dog?
I think I'm gonna do it.
Alright, dog. I ain't the one who said dog, but it's all
I
good,
think
dog.
I'm gonna when I'm done brushing my teeth, I'm just gonna spit on Braden's pillow.
Dude, if you do that, you're gonna get your fucking ass wiped.
Fuck you. You don't like I can't describe you. You're like dumb, but also like you're not dumb, but the things you say are dumb, but they're obviously dumb on purpose. But they're kind of funny, but they really shouldn't be. But the
They're
way you
just
say it,
terrible, dirty jokes. It's that simple.
like it makes me laugh, but then I almost feel bad for laughing because they're not that funny if you think about it. But you're not supposed to think about it.
It's so stupid.
Oh man, he's got he's got some ridiculous thoughts that goes through his mind. I mean, me too, but I don't know. I think they come out more when I'm just chilling with him, because
It's
it's just
crazy. I have like full thought over myself, but I just fucking say the dumbest shit. And I know it's dumb. I just fucking say it because I feel like it. But I don't
yeah.
even know.
You're not dumb, but I think your vocabulary might be
Yeah.
limited.
If my inner head was also on my outer everything, like the way I think of myself and sometimes how I look and everything like that, I'd probably be a really nice person to be around.
You are a nice person to be around,
But
but
you have to like get all of my thoughts. You have to listen to me first, but it's kind of hard to listen to me whenever one, you don't want to listen to me, or two, you don't gotta listen to me.
yeah, language is really an inefficient way to convey thoughts because you have to think about like sounds to make with your mouth. And if you're not really good at that, then you can't really bring the whole thought. You can't really give your whole
Mm,
thought to another person.
Yeah, sometimes I'm terrible at like speech. Like I know like just talking. Sometimes I have the worst grammar and like I fucking mix words up all the time. Like taco truck. I'll say truck taco just for no fucking reason. Not even my brain knows why. I just say it. And it's not my fault. It's like it just happens, like a
It,
random fucking malfunction.
it's a shame that we are subject to such a medium of communication that is that can be so flawed. Like for example, someone could be a fucking genius, but if they were uneducated and they're not really uh very articulate, then they can't really show people that they're a genius if they can't talk well.
Yeah.
When really talking well has nothing to do with how smart you are. You can have ridiculously good ideas and just maybe not even be educated enough to articulate them, or vice versa. Some people, maybe like me, are really good at talking and with the language and vocabulary, but they just say shit and try and make it make sense when some of their ideas aren't that smart.
Yeah, sometimes I think I have ideas that I think are awesome and good or like good solutions to things and they're just like I didn't put much thought into them and like if someone else puts thought into them it's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm a retard." So yeah. I don't even know.
I just found sand on my ass.
Really? I didn't get I think I washed all of mine off perfectly fine. I don't know how, but I think I did. First time.
Hey man, you know what my philosophy towards life is, Brayden?
Suck one dick because if you don't, you're gonna end up fucking sucking one anyway. I'm just playing. I don't suck dicks. He does.
All right, that's not what I was gonna say.
Yes, you do. You do suck dicks.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't do that. I'm not all. I'm not into that, man.
No one said you were, but I mean, kind of.
You just did. You just said. You just said. No one said you were. And then like you said you were. And then I was like, you were?
All right,
Okay.
fuck off. My
Okay.
philosophy towards life is we're born to shit and forced to wipe.
What the fuck? Dude, you don't have to wipe. I know all kinds of fucking weird motherfuckers in classes that don't wipe.
I literally just saw that on a meme today and I thought it was fucking funny
It's like, I mean, I guess. I mean,
because it's like it
I
was
feel
a
like it's you're forced to shit, but you can wait.
we're born to shit, but society says that if you don't wipe, you're a dirty
I feel like you
animal.
can make that better. Like you're forced to shit, but you have a choice to wipe. And if you don't wipe, well, you're fucking a rebel. And if you do wipe, you're just like the rest of us.
That's too many
I
words.
know, but it's fucking funny.
It was a meme and it was like a picture of the fucking like K-pop band B what is it?
I don't know. I have no
BT
idea what that shit is.
BTS I think.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't know either, but uh, that's what it was a
I
meme.
don't even know what K-pop is. Like, what the hell is
Shut
K-pop?
up. It was a meme and it said BTS FTW is the fucking like that's what that was a meme. Some cringe kid must have made that shit. But then obviously that stands for whatever the fuck their initials stand for and then for the win. But the meme made it sound like it meant born to shit, forced to wipe, which is a lot funnier.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
That's my life philosophy. How about you? Besides suck one dick and fucking suck.
I'm just playing. That wasn't my my philosophy is it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And it's that simple. Like every time like motherfuckers will be like, "Oh, you gotta try not to get corona." I was just like, "Man, if I'm gonna get corona, I'm going to get it. And if I don't get it, then I'm not going to get it. Therefore, I know it sounds kind of fucking dumb, but in my head, it sounds so fucking smart. It's just like if in my future and in my life, if I am going to get corona at all, I'm going to get it. It's that simple. Or like anything. Like fucking AIDS, perhaps, you know?
I
If
don't
I'm
know.
gonna get it, there's nothing me can do to not get it. It's that simple.
I disagree.
But I don't like maybe I could like
Are
try
you
not to have
so?
sex or something, but like but wait, what if someone just fucking roofies me and then fucks me? Then it's not my fault. It's theirs. So technically, it happened anyway, man. It happened. So
So you're a determinist, whereas I believe in free will.
I mean, yeah, you have free will, but like
But you think you have free will, like you control shit, but there's certain things that are just built into your destiny that you can't
Yeah, like I
change.
feel like some things you can change and some things you can't. And the things that you can't change
Like getting AIDS.
is that.
Okay.
The-
Man. Oh fuck. I don't know.
it could literally be anything. It could literally be this tent. It was just supposed to be gray and black. It could have been something else, you know? But like if we were to have a tent and be in it together, it was gonna be gray and black.
All right. I understand what you're meaning. I just don't think there's any use in thinking like that.
I know, but it's like I don't know. It's like fucking abstract almost. It's just like fucking here, 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 here. But also at the same time, it's like, okay, I kind of get it, but whatever. My head just completely understands it, and it's like you can fuck yourself. You don't have to understand it. It's my philosophy, not yours, bitch. Fuck off. Okay.
Oh, I believe even if it is true that everything's gonna happen and it's already set in the future, and the fourth dimension is rigid and it's completely not gonna fucking change at all. Even if that's the case, it's better to live as though it's not. Because if you think that way, you're gonna like be careless with your decisions. Like, well, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If I'm gonna get AIDS, I'm gonna get AIDS, and then you go to a fucking glory hole or something,
Dude,
and you come out with
dude,
AIDS.
dude. No, I was about to say life is so retarded. Like it's so complicated, retarded. It's like when I think about like the fact that I'm gonna get old and die, or I'm gonna die, just period, it just makes me think, then why is life even a thing? Like, why do I have thoughts if they're just going to be disappeared?
Make him count.
I mean, if I could record all of them, but at this time in life, at this time, at this period, why would it matter for me to do that at all? Like, I know, like, you're supposed to care and share for other people, but if my points and views about things don't really make like a big deal, and I don't care if they make a big deal, then who cares? And then like why is my life worth anything? It's like
People,
kind of retarded.
let me tell you,
And I was thinking like I I I know I guess other people can control themselves. And I know that sounds fucking dumb, but like I control myself. I know who I am. I'm like fucking moving my finger around right now. I'm doing this. This is me. And I have the ability to think of what life is, right? Wait, what was I saying? Oh shit, dude.
you were thinking about um, like what's the meaning of your life if your viewpoints
Oh
aren't
yeah,
right?
okay. So if I have all these points and views, and I am in here, and I have this point of view, and I'm not sure if you have the same point of views or not, but I know I have these ones.
Yeah,
Why does my life make sense then? Why do all these other people have lives, but I just have this one, and like, and I'm supposed to die, and it's supposed to disappear. It's supposed to just go away. It makes
it is
no
weird.
sense.
Consciousness
It
is
makes no sense to me at all. Like what so fucking ever. And it just I don't fucking know. It makes me kind of just wonder like why aren't humans just wild animals too?
it is crazy. Like like I don't even know. Consciousness is the most insanely difficult thing to describe because we're like a user interface. We're actually experiencing like this universe would be here whether I'm here or not. And if I wasn't here, everyone would just be doing, I mean, not the exact same things, but people would still be doing shit. But I'm here and I see it from within this fucking monkey animal called a human. And there's this insane universe that goes forever. And I have this like medium brain to try and think about it. It's like not even as good as a really good computer. I mean, it is as good as a really good computer, but it's like we're meant to, and like we're within it. We can't we can't experience life from anything other than our own mind, and it's crazy. But it's like a gift because it's like there's something different. Like it's something like not even it's a qualitatively different rather than just different in terms of how like what is that? It's a difference of form rather than a difference of degree between us and an animal. Unless they feel the same way, but animals aren't able to contemplate this type of stuff. Animals can't contemplate the state of the universe and of consciousness itself. Whereas we have that shit. We are an animal.
I also thought if we got reincarnated, why would it make that makes no sense? Maybe like dogs and shit, because dogs have personalities. I'm not gonna say, oh, all animals are animals unless you're a human. Dogs have personalities. I'm guessing like all the things that are closer to humans, but they're not exactly humans. So
It's something.
so how would you get reincarnated into an animal and actually be you? There's no way a human is reincarnated into an animal unless, no offense, they're like retarded, and then the animal is, you
I
know,
feel like some people
so they
are
don't.
animals, like philosophically. There are some people, I don't know.
But it wouldn't be you being reincarnated. It would just be the idea of you being reincarnated. You
Yeah, I
know,
don't believe in that
I
fundamentally.
wish I could believe in that, but I
Because
don't want
imagine
my
that if
freaking
you were a
mind to
human,
reset.
if I was I would want to be like an eagle if I was reincarnated. But then I'd have a dumb fucking bird brain, and I wouldn't. It'd probably be torture if I was
Ugh.
my same consciousness,
Ooh, fish.
but I was like in the brain. If I had like what do you think an IQ of a bird brain is? Like
I mean,
one?
some birds can be smart.
I mean, they're smart, but like relative to a human, like I wouldn't be able to even have the thoughts that I'm thinking right now because I wouldn't have language. I would have concepts, but they would be so simple and everything would be subconscious. I would just be instinct. I just know when to go. I just know that I want to go get fish right now and a fucking snake off the ground instead of, hmm, what is the meaning of life? Who should I vote for or some shit like that? It would be torture to be reincarnated, I think, But if I did have a brain like mine and consciousness like mine, first of all, that'd still be torture because I wouldn't have the physical capability to
Yeah.
speak, so I couldn't communicate with anyone.
I mean, you probably could communicate with
Plus,
humans because you could like flap your wings and like point at things. See, that's why it makes no sense that
yeah, because there's no animals
humans would
that
get
do shit like that.
reincarnated. And there's no animals doing shit like that except for like dogs sometimes, and they can't even do what humans do. So that's why I'm saying
I
it
don't
wouldn't
know.
make sense.
Maybe people just think that you start off as an animal and then you get reincarnated as a human, and then that's like your spirit animal or some
Maybe,
shit like that.
but maybe.
I mean, I don't believe that. I don't
I
even need to
can
think like that.
almost understand that. Maybe we are our consciousnesses, whatever you call that shit, get recycled over and over and over again and just get reset each time until we're here. But then what's gonna happen next after we're humans and we die? We just become a human? That shit sounds fucking dumb.
We're maxed out. We're level maxed out.
155. Gold guns,
Oh
Damascus.
shit.
I mean, maybe,
Fuck.
but it would make sense because just reliving those lives, so then that
Yeah,
don't count.
I think I think it is a meaningful metaphor because I don't think our consciousnesses actually started out as animals and then we became humans after we died.
In that case, we start out as animals whenever we're little babies.
But
And
listen, it's a good metaphor because actually, like if you think about it, that's true because genetically we were we started out as single cell organisms and we went all the way up the
yeah,
chain to humans. So we have that in our DNA. Fundamentally, we know what it's like to be an animal
Kingdom
and we know what
Animalia.
it's like to be humans and everything in between. And it's like we leveled up and we're still leveling up. And I
Yeah,
don't think that if I die, I'm going to be like a next level fifth dimension human. But the people that are like that are going to have me in their genetic memory. They're going to have this level. They're going to remember this level this fucking prestige 7 or some shit of the human
I feel
experience.
like some people think they're all noble and crap and like, oh, I don't want to die, but everybody knows like they do. I mean, like they do want to die, but like everybody knows that they don't want to die, and like that's what flinches are all about, and that's why people freaking steer away from death unless you're fucking unless something is pushing you towards it. There has to be something that's not included in your head, in your body, that's come from outside world and touched you and put you into the mindset of wanting to die. Not and
Yeah.
not I'm not talking about suicide, but you know, like fucking
Cringy,
drugs and
cringy kids are like, I want to die.
like drugs drugs and people and stuff like that.
People are.
Just drugs it's not that like it's just like not that you want to die, it's just like you don't know what death is at that point, so you just fucking end up dying because you're fucking influenced by something.
Society is. It's in the process of becoming. I want to say. I want to say forgotten and lost, but in reality, just destroyed intentionally.
It's over complicated.
People don't know what the meaning of their own individual life is anymore. It's hard for them to find it. It was hard for me to find it. I think I've found it. I mean, I think I know what direction to start going, but some people, they just, like back in the day, you knew what you were going to do. If you were a man, you found some fucking career. You'd build a house, you'd go support your family, have a bunch of kids, and you'd basically grow old and wise and strong. If you're a woman, you would have a bunch of kids, take care of them, help your husband out,
And just
make sure your property's nice.
find the ability to be satisfied. I don't know how a woman could do it, and that's why I'm not against feminism and shit. Like, who the fuck? No, like maybe I'm not saying you would be, but like it wouldn't really make sense for a man to be like, you can't be a feminist. That's bullshit. Or like you can't be on your own as a female. Like they did. I don't. I just feels like kind of like retarded to me. Like, go girl, do what you want, girl. Fuck yeah. You get that bread.
All right. I was saying, I mean, I don't begrudge anyone. I mean, if you're not affecting anyone else, you can have whatever fucking ideas you want for yourself. See if they work or not. A lot of times they won't, but you can find out that out for yourself. But anyway, I think back in the day, like it was easy. Most people knew what they needed to do. Especially they come from different cultures, they weren't like exposed because we have the internet. We can see what everyone does from every culture, every idea, every philosophy. Whereas if you were born like before the Industrial Revolution, all you knew was the people like around you, and you had a few choices, and you'd pick one that's nice, and you'd stick with it, and that was what you did in your life. And some people broke through the mold and did like ridiculously like special shit, but
Those people back then, all you had to do is do something different and do it correctly, and then you just hit the jackpot.
yeah,
But now it's like you have to do something and be very specific and very on the point. You have to be exactly on the fucking line to get somewhere. And there's so many people, it's just kind of hard thinking about what you could do.
my point, yeah, I agree. My point was people throughout history had a relatively easy time figuring out what their life's goal was to be about. But today, people are exposed to everything. They know every single thing that happens in the world basically. You can find out what people in fucking Mongolia do, like you can find out what people in the middle of the Amazon do. Everything in between. You have this whole world of opportunities geographically and philosophically and career-wise and everything, and you're paralyzed because you feel like you need to find one that's perfect for you, like completely perfect, and you don't just and most people just don't pull the trigger on one of them and take it and like do their best in it. And then sometimes they feel like it's not even worth it.
I don't. I would kind of feel like in between. I'm just trying to find a way to get something to go, but I also feel like why put in so much effort whenever it's the possibility of getting where I want to go might not even happen. So I'm just gonna try to wait for the thing to come to me, and once it hits me, I'll push towards it and start pushing and pushing and pushing until I'm at it. That's how I feel.
I don't know how I did it. I think I know what my passion is. It's lifting. It's strength training, coaching, and all that. That's uh that's the topic that I enjoy most, and it's noble, I think. If you can strengthen an entire population, they will be better at everything, and you will improve the world. If you strengthen a few people, they'll be better at whatever they do, and they will contribute to the world just that much more. And through that, you're contributing to the world. But I think that's a noble thing to do. But I didn't find that till like a year ago. I didn't think that's what I was gonna do with my life. I I was still looking. Like I didn't I went throughout my whole high school career just assuming that I wasn't gonna go to college because it never seemed realistic to me like that I'd actually be able to go to college and that would actually be a thing that I'd want to do. It always just felt like it would be so much money, and if I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do and I didn't need to go to college for exactly that thing, that it would just be a waste of a shit ton of money and get myself in a lot of debt, and it just would be dumb.
More stress than you could ever want to imagine. It's ridiculous. That's why I don't want to go to college. That's the only reason why.
What?
Also, I want to break from school, period, because I hate school. But money is ridiculous. I don't know. I fucking if everything was freaking free, it wouldn't make sense either, but like I hate money. But if I can have as much money as I want, I'll be happy.
Let me go back to we went far off from the topic, but I was trying to explain what people's meaning is. Like Braden, you were saying you don't really know what the point, like you don't exactly know what the point of your life is if your viewpoint isn't like it does like it's not.
I have
What were you
like
saying?
it's like I have a viewpoint and I don't know if you do or not, and I don't know what this life is. I don't know what it is. And if I die, then am I just gonna fucking go blank or what? It makes no sense at all. That's what I was pretty much saying. Like life doesn't really make much sense.
Well, I think the point of life is it's not that you will be like changing the world fundamentally. You don't have to be like Steve Jobs, but everyone influences the world because everyone has talked to people, and you like people do things and then they affect people in some direction. There's nothing that you can do that won't really affect someone unless you just live in the woods by yourself, which is not a bad thing. I'd like to do that
I feel
someday.
like it wouldn't be terrible, but you'd probably die a little crazy.
Um. Anyway, you will you try and make yourself a vessel to the improvement of the overall. I don't want to sound like a fucking communist because if you're a communist, you should jump out of a helicopter. But
Well, with a
or be
parachute.
escorted out one by one General Augusto Pinochet. Um, what was I gonna say? It's not like I'm not trying to make a case for like some collective like better good that you should subject yourself to because I think the better good of the entire population comes from your own self-interest. That's how capitalism works. You don't make a transaction unless both parties think that it's going to be better off for them. Like if Braden had a pencil and I had a dollar and I was like, and we traded it, Well, that meant that wanted the pencil more than I wanted the dollar, and he wanted the dollar more than he wanted the pencil. So it's win-win. Obviously, it's not perfect like that, but that's basically how capitalism is. And I think that's how the world improves, by people within legal, moral, like, restrictions, of course. Like, not just like killing people to get what they want, but people cooperating in in the pursuit of their own self-interest, create businesses and products and ways of doing things that make life better for everyone. We saw that in the Industrial Revolution, all the way up until now. And so I think that's what I mean when I say the collective good. Like, fucking I don't know, uh the old, like, Andrew Carnegie, whatever he did, like, what did he do? He was like in the steel business, I think. So he didn't do that because he's like, you know what? I think the world needs really good steel. He did it because he knew he was going to make hundreds of millions of dollars, because that's
Damn.
because that's good.
Yeah.
He wanted that money, and he particularly was very generous. So after he, in his own pursuit, built the fucking steel industry of the U.S., or if I'm not mistaken, he gave away hundreds of millions of dollars in his charities, and that's one way to do it. But even if, like, he didn't, the amount that a guy with that amount of influence, the amount of contribution to society that you make just by making a business that big, that hires so many people, that brings so much cash flow into your country, and just makes steel more readily available and cheaper, and then people can do more stuff with steel and everything to do with that. He made the world a better place. People like that made the world a better place, and they did it because they benefited. You don't have to be a philanthropic, fucking heartthrob, heart bleeding heart, whatever the fuck, to change the world for the better. It's my point here is that your goal in life is to make yourself an orderly, like, a put yourself in order, make yourself a formidable person capable of doing things, and then make the things that you do good things for yourself, and then almost inevitably for everyone else around you, for sure. And then every good person should benefit from your actions, uh, at least if they're exposed to it at all. And then anyone that's around you that's benefited by what you do will, at least their attitude will be better. They'll be benefited. They'll be able to spread all that around to other people. Like, that's the sort of fucking cringe ass. Like, you hear, like, a smile can travel around the world. Because if you smile at someone in, like, Walmart, and they smile back at you, and they got a smile on their face for a couple minutes, and they spread it like coronavirus to the next person, and it just goes like
I
everyone
don't
in the
think
world.
it works that easy though.
I don't know.
Cause like if you fucking smile at me,
You're just gonna fucking
I'm
like
just
eat it.
gonna I'm just gonna be like, wait, what? Why are you looking at me? I'm gonna just be like, what the
I
fuck is
mean,
wrong with you?
you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I
though.
get you, but like,
I know.
fucking Walmart,
But that's the concept. Like, if you
bitch, who are you?
if you improve someone's life, their life is then better, and they can spread that to others, and that'll go around. And depending on how active you are in doing such things, that's the degree to which you'll influence the world. And it'll just be good, dude. I really don't know the end to this sort of conversation. I'm trying to fucking think of how to articulate this better.
Just don't try to, I don't know, shape your life how you want it to, and make sure you want to do it how you're doing it.
Yeah. Get rich.
Fuck
Get
bitches,
money,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh, fuck.
yeah.
Get money, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Philosophy. My philosophy is basically the song on XXX Tentacion's question mark album called
Money, money, money,
dollar
money.
sign, dollar sign.
Money, 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 money.
Basically, just get money, yeah, yeah.
Just do that. Just, I mean, if you want money, that is. I mean, if you don't
I
want
mean,
money,
yeah, there are
then
people that will be content not being billionaires.
I mean, there's been millionaires with who've happily been homeless. As far as I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might be mistaken,
What
but
are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm pretty
I know
sure if you
Elon
look,
Musk sold his house but he's not
I know,
homeless
but there's like motherfucking millionaire, like a millionaire that's been homeless,
just because he wanted to.
cause he just liked being homeless and he didn't really give a fuck, and he had the ability to make money, but he didn't really give a fuck.
Well, I don't know if
I'm
that's
pretty sure that's
noble.
a thing. If I mean, like, I don't know. I would
Anyway,
be so content with a fucking one bedroom apartment or whatever, even apartment, like a house or whatever. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for it to be a house, but yeah,
I mean, I'd be.
just all I need is just all my shit. Maybe like a bathroom, like as a different like fucking room, and like a kitchen as a different room. But like,
I mean,
I don't want all of it to be. I don't want a studio apartment. I mean, I'd rather not, but I could, but I'd rather not. But yeah,
I mean,
I would be content with
I
that.
would be content with that as a young man if I just to make myself more efficient and to spend less.
I feel like
But as a once I settle myself in, I want to have a big, nice property that is fucking lit. It's basically Waco, but better defended.
I just want
Cause I don't
something.
want that shit to happen to
I mean,
me.
like maybe later I'll think about shit. I mean, maybe you're supposed to think about further and further while you're younger, like so you can set yourself up good. But I don't do that, and I tend to not want to do that because I hate thinking about important shit, and I know I shouldn't, but it just makes me so uncomfortable. Okay,
It's
I thought there for a minute you're gonna stuff that down my fucking throat. I was just like just moving my head over just a little bit just to make sure that didn't happen.
yeah. As soon as the light turned off, I just fucking.
Yeah, it's like you can't see shit except for the fucking stars. It's like I'm dying to the stars.
Wouldn't that be so romantic? Wouldn't that be so like peaceful? Getting a microphone shoved down your. Wouldn't it fucking sound funny? I, I imagine one of these podcasts just ends and it's just like.
It's just like, and then you just hear someone fucking silent screaming, and then it's just fucking, I just a low whimper until like the fucking silence,
And then I pull it out and like that's it for today.
and
Wiping it off like
then you're just like, oh shit, it's recording, and that's it. That's all you hear.
I still fucking upload it. The evidence of my murder.
I murdered someone, and that is literally what the fuck you call it. I murdered someone.
I murdered someone. Gone wrong. Gone sexual?
What? Oh, you gonna fucking kill me while I'm fucking dead, like Jeffrey Dahmer or some shit, weird shit? Like,
Kill you while you're
I
dead?
meant
Yeah.
fuck me while I'm dead.
But no, but like shoving a phallic object down your throat would.
I guess I get that. Yeah, it could be sexual.
But I'm sure Brayden has a lot of practice with that stuff, so he won't probably die.
No, I mean, like that right there might be a little too small. I'm just playing. No
just
homo.
just to be sure, I have a fucking barrel as a microphone. It's it's like a foot thick and like 3 feet long. Ain't that right?
What the fuck? What do you mean? Wait, a foot thick and 3 feet long. What are you talking
And
about?
he thinks that's small. Imagine what he shoves down his throat normally.
I am just in confusion.
Never mind. I think I'm just too tired to make sense like him.
It's not a fucking foot. I don't even know what you're talking
I'm
about, dude.
joking. He said you were like, I was like, you probably have experience with stuff going down your throat. Talking about my microphone, he was like, that's probably a little bit too small. And then I was like, and then I pretended as if my microphone is fucking huge, so that too small meant that
Oh,
a
okay.
big thing for him would be like a fucking
Ah,
up
okay.
telephone pole. But in reality, my microphone's like
Dude,
6 inches long.
big for me, like fucking like widening the hole. would have to be a garbage can. Fuck, fucking, you have to use a whole ass fucking garbage can to fucking make me budge.
Basically, when Brayden's done doing that stuff, getting gaped out in the mouth, he looks like a whale shark, like a basking shark.
Yeah, and I'm just eat all of your fucking not babes. Why would I say babes? Like, who the fuck says babes?
I
Like,
need to your fucking babes.
I hate your babies. Eat your babies. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I eat all of your babies with just one fucking. I fucking sucks them all out of the chairs and shit.
Jesus, man. I don't know. That's fucked.
Good night. I'm silent and I'm about to take a night. Night?
Well, turns out he's tired.
Huh?
You're tired, right?
I mean, fuck yeah, I almost fell asleep a second ago. Like, literally, like 5 minutes ago, I was playing like, on the verge. It's so weird. Like, the fucking dream I was just having there for a minute, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was so soothing. I was there was like brown fucking, just brown pineapple titties. It was so weird. Like, it was brown pineapples, but you were seeing them from the top, so like, and the leaves weren't like leaves, but you could tell it was a pineapple, and it just looked like a fucking tit for a minute, and I was like, oh, okay. That's literally what my brain was thinking, like a
Oh
fucking,
my god.
and then I just fucking not wake up. It's just like, when you fall asleep, it's like daydreaming, but like it's night, so it's like night dreaming. I don't even fucking know. Yeah, but it's kind of weird. Just that's what happens when I'm tired, man.
All right. Well, before I go as insane as he is, um, thinking like hallucinating brown pineapple titties that are really soothing. Apparently, I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna end this podcast. So this has been DRU podcast number 4.
25.
You can find us on SoundCloud, YouTube. That's where this podcast will be. But you can find us as well on Twitch, DRU Gaming, on YouTube, DRU Gaming, and DRU Vlogs. On SoundCloud is a DRU podcast, and on Twitter, look up DRU Vlogs. We should pop up. Um, that might be it, but definitely check us out. Subscribe to us. We'll put links to everything in the description of wherever you're finding this. And if you found a new bit of this, nice. At least give it a like or a comment or something like that.
Or a dislike.
Like I would understand if you don't want to share this, because if your family finds out you listen to us ramble about ridiculous shit for hours, they're gonna think you're like need to be institutionalized. But
You just fucking named the video Brayden sucks a huge mic.
Brandon's gapes is thrown out on my microphone.
And then you fucking share it. How fucking terrible that would be. I mean, I doubt he'd fucking name it that, but like, imagine just fucking sharing that to your mom and she just doesn't even know what YouTube is.
Anyway, so yeah, I understand if you don't want to share this ridiculous conversation, but if you did watch this, if you did listen this far, clearly you're a fan, and clearly you
Honestly,
appreciate it. So
like,
please subscribe, like, and definitely comment anything you'd like to hear next.
yeah, and if you're actually like fucking this far, do me a favor and like give me a kiss, cause you deserve a kiss. Mwah. I love you.
All right.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool. Fucking damn.
What?
I don't know
Like
why,
someone
but
comes
like
out of
my
the mic?
eyes just secretly keeps thinking like your fucking finger is on the mic, but it's not. So it's like, why is your finger on the mic? And then it's like it's not on there. I don't know. I'm fucking hallucinating for no
Yeah,
reason.
like, are you okay? Do you need water or something?
No, I had plenty of water. Clearly, I fucking maybe I pissed it all out. I don't know. I pissed like 6 times like within the last 4 hours.
All right. I'm gonna call this an end though. Thank you for listening to the Dumb, Reckless, Uncut podcast. Oh shit! I just deleted it. I'm just kidding.